There's no shame in baking a cake using a boxed cake mix. You've got practically everything you need all boxed up in a super convenient package. But let's face it, boxed cake mix tastes suspiciously like boxed cake mix. So what do you do if you crave the flavor and texture of a homemade cake but need the convenience a boxed cake mix offers? These hacks will elevate your boxed cake into the made-from-scratch flavor you crave. Dairy Delish. Standard boxed cake mixes call for plain water to be mixed into the batter. But what would happen if you subbed that liquid for something that delivered a lot more flavor and richness? That's exactly what happens when you swap real milk for the water in a boxed cake mix. Adding the milk also increases the denseness of the cake, making it seem more like homemade. You can also substitute real butter for the oil. Melt the butter first so you can measure it correctly, and it'll mix well into your batter. The luxurious buttery flavor makes your cake taste homemade and expensive. Creamy substitutes. Mayo in cake? It's not as crazy as it sounds. Mayonnaise is made from eggs and oil after all. Follow the directions as normal, adding a couple of tablespoons of mayo to your batter to boost the flavor, or up to 1 cup for an extra moist cake. Yogurt can also add some surprising zing and texture to your cake mix batter. The blog One Good Thing adds 6 ounces of lemon yogurt, 2 tablespoons of oil, and 2/3 of a cup of buttermilk to substitute the liquid portion of a cake mix. Adding a few tablespoons of sour cream to the batter improves the flavor even more. Finally, a pint of your favorite ice cream will take your cake to the next level.
You're so hungry for delicious ice cream.
Prepare the batter, but sub the oil and water for the ice cream that you've allowed to melt. This hack allows you to get super creative with the flavor combinations. Use soda. Want to really trick your friends and family into thinking you labored over a cake from scratch? The good news is, it's as easy as popping open a can of your favorite soda. Mix the dry cake mix ingredients together with a 12-ounce can of soda and bake as directed. That's it! The Huffington Post provides a helpful list of flavor ideas, like combining French vanilla cake mix with orange soda for a creamsicle cake, or spice cake mix and ginger ale for a ginger spice cake. Mocha masterpiece. Adding coffee to your cake mix batter is a truly fabulous hack because it's one that people will have a hard time pinpointing. They'll just know that you've added a little something that gives it a real wow factor. A few tablespoons of strong brewed coffee, when added to chocolate cake, will boost the chocolatey taste of your cake without a coffee taste. Juice it up. Much like real dairy improves the texture and richness of a store-bought cake mix, subbing out the liquid in your recipe with more creative items can really boost the flavor of the cake you're baking. Consider using orange juice in the batter of yellow cake or apple juice in a spice cake.
I can make that with some apple juice.
Coconut milk is a great sub for the liquids in a flavorful coconut cake. And chocolate milk will make a chocolate cake taste like it is fresh from the bakery. Egg-speriment. Eggs do a lot for baked goods. According to celebrity chef Sarah Moulton, eggs can provide structure, leavening, richness, color, and flavor to baked products. They work in tandem with the flour and sugar in a recipe and help to set the height and structure of your baked cakes. If eggs lend all that great stuff to cake, why not try adding one more? That's exactly what they do over at Spoon University, whipping up a batch of funfetti cupcakes with an extra egg mixed into the batter. Another excellent cake trick? Using egg whites only in your cake batter. The gang at the Rachel Ray Show advises using egg whites in your white cake mix batter to achieve a fluffier, whiter cake. Just make sure to add a little more butter or oil to make up for the fat loss from the missing yolks. Homemade frosting. No matter what you do to jazz up a boxed cake mix, there's no bigger sign that a cake is straight from the box than the unmistakable flavor of store-bought, canned frosting. Next time you're making a boxed cake mix, set a few extra minutes aside to whip up an easy, homemade cake frosting. For the simplest vanilla buttercream, all you need is butter, powdered sugar, vanilla, and milk. Candy Crush. A trick that will certainly make everyone believe you made a cake from scratch is to incorporate candy into the batter. Candy makes everything taste better. Again, with this hack, there are endless flavor combinations that you can create, but there are a few guidelines to follow to make sure you achieve your desired results. If using large candy bars, be sure to chop them into bite-sized pieces. With soft or chocolate candies, freeze the candy overnight so they don't completely melt away into your baking cake. When checking the cake for doneness, don't insert a toothpick in the center of the cake as you might normally do. An oozy piece of candy could get in your way. Instead, press lightly on top of the cake with your fingertips. If it springs back easily, it's done. Thanks for watching! Click the mashed icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.